Hey, what's up guys, Sid here, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can be part of my fan group, the Stu Crew. Absolutely love you guys. Don't forget to smash the like button so you can see more of this kind of content. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you can, get push notifications and updates on when all my videos drop. Thank you guys so much for the support on the recent videos. It means a lot. If you haven't checked my last video out, a link will be in the description to the video. It is a couple tips and tricks to help you get better at Black Ops Cold War. And today, I'm going to be doing another class setup. I'm going to be doing the best SMG in Cold War, in my opinion, and it's the MP5. Now, if you haven't checked out my best assault rifle class setup, be sure to check that out. Link will be in the description for that too. And today, I'm going to be doing the best SMG, and I think it's the MP5. And a lot of people think it's the MP5. Everybody loves the MP5. SMGs are kind of the meta in Cold War this year. SMGs are the way to go. They are so powerful, and they're very good with the perfect class setups, specifically the AK-74U and the MP5. I had a difficult time kind of like picking between the two, but I picked the MP5 in the end because it's what I liked more. And we're going to be I'm going to be giving you the best attachments and the strengths and the weaknesses of the SMG and how to address it and what I think the best class is. So without further ado, let's get this video on. Okay, so we're going to be starting off with the strengths and the weaknesses of the MP5. Now, there are a lot of strengths and not very many weaknesses, but I will still address them nonetheless, and I will be giving my class setup after the strengths and the weaknesses. And so, for my strengths, first of all, a fantastic rate of fire, especially for SMGs. I mean, you obviously have the Milano absolute pea shooter. I don't like it one bit. And then you have a gun like the Mag-10 that just is like an absolute fire breather. It just shoots bullets like no tomorrow, just like the Vesper from Black Ops 3. One of the best SMGs to this day, in my opinion. And it's a very moderate rate of fire. It's about 857 rounds per minute. And I think that it's very good, especially with the solid damage profile that it has. It has very good time to kill potential, especially in those super close quarter like combat sort of situations, and even like the short to mid-range situations, and sometimes even the mid-range situations. It has pretty good solid range for an SMG, and it also has a fantastic time to kill, so you're going to be shredding through enemies just like that. And another thing going for the MP5 is the predictable recoil patterns. Now, when I say predictable, I don't mean that it has a really good recoil pattern, like it barely has any recoil. I mean it's predictable, and that's the key. What I mean by predictable is that it just shoots straight up. It doesn't go side to side like a bunch of other guns do. It just shoots straight up. And what you can do is you can move the right stick down while you're shooting to control it a little bit better. And even then, it's not that bad. You will see the recoil patterns for the base MP5 on screen right now. So as you can see, I am playing on checkmate, and I shot at a wall, and I didn't even use the right stick at all. I just let it shoot straight up, and even then, it barely had any recoil. And the next screenshot you're going to see, which is right now, is the recoil patterns for the SMG class that I use, which I will be giving to you guys in a little bit. Now, it's not by much, but it definitely helps if you're aiming for the head, if you're trying to get headshots, or if you're aiming for the body. It won't kind of like move all over the place, and it's just a very controllable recoil pattern. Another thing going for the MP5 is the phenomenal, and I mean phenomenal, iron sights. The iron sights are very clean, and if you don't have the gunfighter wildcard, you can definitely save up a spot for another more important attachment for the MP5 if you need it. Just clear that space up. The iron sights are really good. You don't really need to use a sight unless you absolutely have to. And another thing is no idle sway, so it won't move around when you're kind of like trying to aim down like an enemy, and it won't move around. It's very controllable. No idle sway, kind of like snipers. Snipers have a lot of idle sway. All right, now there are a couple of weaknesses, as I mentioned earlier, for the MP5. One thing is the slow reload time. It does take a while to reload the MP5, and unfortunately, if you don't have some sort of magazine attachment like the mag clamp, the fast mag, or the speed reload, the jungle taped mags, then it's going to be a problem with reloading. And if you run out of ammo pretty quickly, being that this is a high rate of fire SMG with only 30 bullets in the magazine. But just get a mag attachment on there and you are golden. And another weakness is that when you're in like the mid-range fights, not the short to mid-range fights, but like the mid-range fights, you will definitely have a poor damage profile, and the time to kill definitely goes up. But you don't really use an SMG at those mid-range fights. That's definitely assault rifle territory. You're gonna want to stick to an SMG territory with the MP5. And now I'm gonna be moving on to the class setup. Okay, so this is my class setup. You will see it on screen right now. I will be going over it for you guys. So as you can see, I obviously have the MP5, and obviously, like I said, I don't have an optic. Just save that space up for another attachment if you don't have that gunfighter perk, or that, excuse me, that gunfighter wildcard. Save it up. For the muzzle, I have the agency suppressor, and what it does is it helps control the vertical recoil. So on top of having a foregrip, which I'll get to in a little bit, you have more vertical recoil control with the agency suppressor, and I think that's really good, especially if you're getting to those mid-range fights where the target's like significantly smaller. You're gonna want a more controlled SMG with less recoil, so that's definitely gonna be able to help. For the barrel, I have the 9.5-inch Ranger barrel, and what this does is it increases the bullet velocity. Another problem that the MP5 has is that it has a very slow bullet velocity, and with the 9.5 Ranger, you double the velocity so that you get the time to kill goes down. It's much better at like the mid range. It helps you kill faster. That's definitely an attachment I like to have. I don't really have anything for the body. I don't really need the lasers because it does have pretty solid like hip fire. It's not like it's a very controlled hip fire, and that's what I like about it. And this right here is the Bruiser Grip. I use the Bruiser Grip because you have better movement speed, better sprinting movement speed, shooting movement speed, and then while you're aiming down, while you're walking. And for the magazine, I have the Salvo 40 round fast mag. So this obviously increases the reload quickness, and it has obviously 40 rounds and more, obviously starting ammo and then ammo capacity, but obviously slower ADS time. And to address the ADS issue, we have this. So we have the airborne elastic wrap. So it increases your aim down sight time by 30%. Or excuse me, it decreases it by 30%. And the flinch resistance, so if you get shot and you're trying to like aim down a target, you won't like move as much. Your resistance to that increases by 90%, which is absolutely ridiculous. And the stock, I have the SAS combat stock, which helps with like aim walking movement speed and shooting movement speed, although it does decrease the hip fire accuracy by a significant amount. And for my secondary, I don't really use a secondary, I just have it there. And I usually run the stim shot for my tactical, and I accidentally put frag on instead of semtex. I usually have semtex. Field upgrade doesn't really matter. For perks, I run engineer for my perk 1. Perk 2, I run scavenger. And perk 3, I run cold-blooded. And then obviously for my wildcard, I have gunfighter. But if you don't have gunfighter, just try and find the best combination of the 5 of the 6 attachments that I gave you, and hopefully you guys will do good with it. Thank you all so much for watching this video. It means a lot that you stuck around to try out my best SMG class, and hopefully you guys check out my best assault rifle class if you haven't already. And check out my other videos if you haven't already. Just go to my channel, Sid Shankar, and they'll be there. Thank you all again. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the bell icon. Anyways, this is Sid signing off. Peace out.
Enemy low right. It's down. Semtex out.
Z-trap, napalm strike inbound.
Hostile snipers working.
the win. Hostile spy plane established overhead. Hardpoint identified. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure. Artillery target.
Spy plane available for tasking.
Artillery inbound. Hardpoint lost.
That spy plane above my location.
Hardpoint locked down.
Spy plane perimeter established, Angels 3. Spy plane MTL 50%.
Hardpoint lost.
Thanks for the
Hardpoint located.
Terminating overflight.
Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint lost. Hardpoint locked down. We've lost the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure.
Vargas requesting attack helicopter above.
Watch your fucking fire!
Attack chopper commencing ground attack.
Care package on standby.
Hardpoint located. Hardpoint is secure.
Eliminate.
Молодцы, разведчики. ГРУ, return to base.
TACOM, pendejos are in retreat. The day is ours.